YouTube, let's go with it. I believe one thing. Everyone is sitting on potential. That's what I believe. See, potential to be successful in any area of life is what I believe personally. With proper timing and consistency, things always seemingly seem to fall in place. Um, Everyone deep down knows they have potential. Um, and it's hard to get that potential out sometimes. But what it requires is showing up every day you can. Yeah. Um, no, you don't have to be perfect, but you have to be willing to show up over time with reps and consistency, and you never know what will come of it. Think about it like this, for examples, right? Think about any given athlete, streamer, actor, music artist, business owner, doctor, lawyer, manager, CEO, etc. Right? Um, they all started with just potential. You know, that's all they were. They didn't have any skills yet. They didn't have any talents yet, and then they developed those talents. Then they got good at repeating those talents, and they worked at what they were shooting for. Essentially, got good, and boom, now you see them everywhere, or now they're successful, and whatever, and whatever you want to do. You know, that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about whatever you're shooting for. Um, and essentially, as they began to sharpen their craft, um, you know, showing up, you know what I mean? Showing up to auditions, right? Studying, practicing, networking, you know, training, etc. Whatever it is you're doing, right? Um, they began to see results. They began to see money. They began to see more opportunities, um, which often snowballs into more opportunities, which is cool, right? It snowballs. It's a snowball effect. The more you go, boom, boom, boom. And I already said in the last video, it's like you keep trying, you keep showing up, you keep being consistent. That's like putting plays in the lottery. You know, the more times you play it, you know, the more you're likely to win, and that's just life. Life is kind of like a gamble in a sense. You gotta take a chance, right? Um, and so, with all that being said, the key equation is consistency and timing, right? You know, you consistently show up, and then at the right time, with all that consistency, you're bound to find a time. It's a game of chance. You're bound to find a time where, boom, perfect, bam, blows up. Boom, perfect, boom, you sell this. Boom, perfect, boom, you get this opportunity. It's all like that. Um, and so, yeah, everyone has potential, but not everybody has the ability to execute, right? For me, example, my execution, you know, often, isn't the best, and my consistency often lags. Um, and so, like, I have improvement, I have to improve getting more consistent over time. Looking back and saying, look, I did this that day, that day, that day, that day. I never stopped. You know, that takes that's a skill in itself, being able to show up and execute. Um, you know, and so that's something I'm working on, and so because my consistency is where it needs to be, I'm not going to open myself up for opportune times to succeed because my consistency isn't where it needs to be, right? And so, however, when you're in those slumps, it is very crucial that you have a mindset to be like, I'm gonna forget that. Today's a new day. Let's go for it. Because you have to. Because every time you fall, you got to get back up. There's no staying down. There's times where I want there to be a stay down, but there is no option for that. Life isn't going to give you one. You'll regret your existence if you just sit back and do nothing all your life. You know, you'll regret it. So take this day to turn that around. You know, every day is a new day, right? So just one small change to habits can help snowball effect into you changing your whole trajectory of life, and essentially potential success becomes your reality success. And so just remember, don't give up on yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself, but hard enough, and consistently show up for yourself, for your talents, for your skills, for the things you want to get better at. You know, figure out, okay, is this what I want to do? Once you already determined, bro, yeah, this is what I've been wanting to do. Okay, work at what can you do? Are you already good at this? You're not good at this? How do you get better? Is, you know, for me, my music, I gotta get it better in my head, because I think it can be. And once I get that, then everything else is gonna be so much smoother because I'm proud of the thing I made. I know what skill and talent I have behind it, and I'm gonna keep getting better and keep consistently showing up. And then eventually, people will catch on. When you got a good product, people catch on and want that. You know, and same with any other place of business or industry or whatever, whether that you're in the arts or whether you're in the business world or whether you're in the medical world, whatever. There's things that you learn that you get better at, and once you get better at those things, more opportunities show up because you're better at those things. More people want you. More things, more valuable. You're more valuable. So keep being consistent and keep putting in the work. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Like, comment, subscribe, all that.